What's up guys, FM Campbell here, welcome to episode number 39 of the Aston Villa series. It's been a slightly sort of quieter January transfer window than I probably would have liked, but the money has been a little bit tighter than previous windows. Obviously we've had a lot of business go on in previous windows, so it means that the finances are smaller than normal, but we've also got a lot of things going on, like we have facilities being improved, we've got a stadium expansion going on. We're actually in the ViyqEW Arena at the moment, which is the Coventry Stadium, as our stadium expansion goes through. I think we're currently getting about 20,000 people that we're allowed to have in the stadium. We're not actually reaching full capacity. So the gate receipts have obviously dramatically dropped. It is a massive investment. But we are stepping up to a 55,000 seater stadium at Villa Park when we return there. So that is to go through. Well, we've returned there in May. So yeah, it'll be nice to upgrade to the stadium. Big massive increase in seat capacity or seater capacity. So hopefully things will brighten in the near future. Especially, I mean, if we're at the minute, think about it. If we're getting 20,000 ish. People in the stadium to games, so we're going to have about 35,000 sort of increase in people coming to games. So yeah, big steps. So hopefully gate receipts will improve in the near future. Obviously I said about training facilities, youth facilities going on. We've got the youth recruitment being upgraded all the time. We're just really investing more in the background stuff of the club rather than splashing out on tens to 20s of players. But yeah, so we'll get into what's been going on since we last left you. In the previous episode we left you after the Stoke loss, which was the first loss in the league, and I did actually mention on Monday when I recorded the episode that whenever these sort of blips seem to happen, it all happens at once. As you know already, we lost 2-1 to Stoke, but we also then lost 1-0 to Man City. James Milner with the only goal in the first minute of the game. Very, very frustrating. Yeah, so we lost 1-0 at the City of Manchester Stadium. I don't know, are they not the Etihad? Literally, in the last episode, I was looking at stadiums and thinking, well, this is so, like, for example, the Chelsea one was at the Zola Arena. Who knew? Anyway, but we did lose to Man City, unfortunately, so that's 2 losses in a row, and Chelsea won both of their games that they had. So they have actually caught us up a little bit, which is a little bit of a concern, but we had to return to winning ways, and we managed to scrape a 1-0 victory against Wigan. Lewis Cook with an absolute screamer from the edge of the box in the FA Cup third round. In the next round, we have been drawn against Peterborough or Reading. We'll have to see how that game goes before we obviously play. But look at this. I know that we lost 2 games in a row in the Prem, but a reply like this is absolutely mad. Memphis Depay with 3. He got a hat-trick. Raheem Sterling with 2. And Lukaku with 2. And we smashed Arsenal 7-0, which is a massive improvement on our goal difference, as you can probably guess. And obviously 3 points on the board. Oh, sorry, there's a note. 32,000 in that game at the ViyqEW Arena, so it's about a 23,000 increase on the gate receipts of what we're getting. But then look at this, we carried on this massive amount of goals that we're scoring, and Memphis Depay got 4, Harry Kane with 2 in a 6-0 victory over Fulham, again at home. So it does mean that Harry Kane got 7 goals in 2 games at this point. And then somehow, as FM always does, you smash Arsenal 7-0, you smash Fulham 6-0. You then lose 1-0 to Ryan Babel, 83rd minute goal for Tottenham. How does that happen? I don't know. But yeah, it does mean that we did lose another 3 points and give Chelsea another chance to catch up with us, and we'll show you the league in just a second. But first of all, we have another 2 more games and the FA Cup 4th round, which I conveniently missed out before telling you about Peterborough and Reading. Yeah, we won 4-2 against West Ham. Lacazette with a goal and Julian Brandt with a hat-trick. Jeffrey Bruma and Edgar Sally scoring the 2 goals for West Ham. So yeah, Brandt hat-trick, which is good to see him coming into the team, obviously with the turnaround and giving Depay a little bit of a rest. And then that FA Cup game that I accidentally missed out just a second ago. We beat Wolves 1-0 in the FA Cup 4th round. 2 1-0 victories in a row in the FA Cup. Beat them 1-0. Memphis Depay with the only goal of the game. And it does mean that then we will go through to the 5th round against either Peterborough or Reading. The final game of the month as well was against Newcastle. We beat them 2-1. Kramaric with the only goal for them. They did actually go 1-0 up after that Kramaric goal. And then Raheem Sterling with the 65th minute equaliser, and Romelu Lukaku finishing it off, getting us another victory and another 3 points. So we'll take a quick look at the Premier League, and as you can see, Chelsea are now only 3 points behind. We are level on games now, though, on 24 games apiece. We've only conceded 14 goals, which is really, really good. We've lost 3 games now, so in 2 months we've gone from losing none to losing 3. But we have won 20 of our 24 games, which is always good to see. Plus goal difference of 48, which I think could be vital, or prove vital, is essentially an extra point. For example, if we are on 37 games apiece, we were on the last day, and we lost, but Chelsea won, the current state, they'd have to win about 10-0 just to sort of leapfrog us anyway. So the goal difference could prove vital come the end of the season. In regards to the FA Cup, the teams that are left in it, oh, wrong one. Has it shown me 5th round yet? Right, so yeah, it'll be Everton or Man United, so a big team will be going out there against Swansea. Liverpool against Newcastle, so that's a big draw there. Tottenham against either Arsenal or QPR. You would expect Arsenal to win that, so it will be Tottenham or Arsenal. So again, another big team will be going out. Peterborough or Reading against ourselves. Leicester or Bristol City against Chelsea. Sunderland against Stoke. Palace or Walsall against City. And then Burnley against either Hartlepool or Notts County. So there's an awful lot of big teams that are not in it anymore, especially Prem teams wise. But yeah, I like our chances in the FA Cup. Again, obviously we are the current holders. Our goal is to reach the final of this. Well, there's a target. So hopefully we can do so and we can get that far. But I'm really glad that we've avoided a big team in the next round. Either Peterborough or Reading, obviously makes it realistic that we should be going through. So we'll see how we get on. But we'll go through a couple of updates as to what's been going on, especially as it's been the transfer window. And I think we'll do the transfers before... Should we do the transfers before we do anything else? No, let's do the updates, then we'll go to the transfers. But... Right, okay. So yeah, it was we played Wolves, obviously, as I said, in the FA Cup. We were actually drawn against Nottingham Forest or Wolves, and Wolves beat Forest, and that was the reason why we played them. The Depay goal, which is the first goal against Arsenal, I've got noted down here that I have to show you. And then directly after that, it is the Depay third goal I also need to show you. And I know I've already shown you Depay goals previously, but oh my god, you need to see these. And it's going to be in 3D, and if it's a little bit blotchy, I do apologise. I am actually exporting tomorrow's York City episode at the moment, so yeah, hopefully it's not too blotchy, but check these goals out. So we're going to load the highlights. In fact, let's just show you all 7 as a bit of a treat. But oh my god, the first Depay goal, all I'm saying is Pele's for days. Watch this. So it comes out to Oliver, goes into Sterling. Sterling flicks it in. It's cleared to Ruben Neves. Comes out to Mings. Tyrone Mings whips the ball in. And Depay, with the Pele, going away from goal, manages to do a Pele and slots it in. As you can see, it's all sky blue as we're at the Coventry City Stadium at the minute. But oh my god, what a goal that was. We've then got another goal here. Mings to Ruben Neves, into Depay, who only does it, well, has a go at goal, or Spinner like flaps at it. Sterling with a tap in. That made it 2-0. Hopefully it will nice and swiftly on to the next goal. So it was a foul. Van Aanholt over to Koscielny, back to Van Aanholt. Sanchez comes inside. Ramsey is going to give the ball to Ozil, to Giroud. A nice little bit of play for Arsenal. We do win the ball back. There we go. Lucas Romero wins the ball. Sanchez with the tackle that goes straight to Sterling though. Into Oliver. Oliver comes forward, gets another chance. A little bit lucky, unfortunate with that one. Lukaku. Whenever you're ready, mate. Into Depay. Back to Lukaku. Back to Ruben Neves. And a great bit of football. A little touch off for Oliver, who takes a swing at it and puts it in the top corner. A real good bit of football from us, especially as Arsenal were passing through us. Lukaku was with the next goal with a penalty. Nice and simple there. I think that's 4-0 now at this point. I think it's 4. Yeah, we're here at 4-0. So then this one we've got Depay free kick. He smashes it literally right in the junction of the post and the crossbar. What a free kick. Top bin, son. But it's the third goal that I want you to watch. So at this point it's 5-0. We're only in the 35th minute. Sanchez is going to get stuck into the corner. Nice, again, a little bit of play to clear the ball, but we do well to win the ball back here. Kolka steps across and bosses the ball. Sterling beats one, then loses it to Sanchez again. Sanchez has shown that he can tackle a ball. A poor pass into Giroud gives us back the possession. and we try to settle the ball down for a second, but then we see a couple of bits of gaps, but Lukaku smashes it off Spinner, who then flaps again, and Depay gets another tap in, making it 6-0 at this point. You wait for this goal though. Is it this goal? Oliver. I'm sure it's this goal. It might be another game. I might have got this wrong. Corchia. Is it this one? I think it is actually. And then Lukaku. So that can't be it. No. I've made a mistake, but we'll leave the game. But anyway, oh my god, what a Pele. I have to go back to my notes now and find out where I've gone wrong there. But you need to see this Depay goal. It's here somewhere. Anyway, we'll move on though. Something that has never ever happened to me on FM, like ever. After that game, because Depay had that much of a good game, Callum Chambers was actually fined by Arsenal. He was fined after a poor performance. And he's actually now trying to force a move, which conveniently I'm not too happy with how Jenkinson's doing for us. As he rotates in, he doesn't seem to ever have a very good game, to be fair. He did on my Man United series when I first started not first started the channel, but when FM15 first came out. But yeah, he was fined, and he was actually a player that I was quite interested in to replace Jenkinson, because he's English, he's a good player, he's got bags of potential, and I thought it'd be a good addition. Him to rotate with Corchia, I thought it'd be a great move, and then for him to get fined after that, it actually then meant that he's now trying to force a move out of Arsenal. So that could be a real sort of opportunity for us to go and get him, because I think we could obviously massively improve him as a player. The West Ham game though was our 200th game in management, which is here, the 4-2 victory. Our 200th game in management, and also our 200th game obviously with Aston Villa, which is mind-boggling that it's flown by, absolutely crazy. We're away to Peterborough Reading in the FA Cup 5th round, which you know about. We have a couple of players that are now happy to stay with the club. We've got Tyrone Mings, who's now happy to stay at Villa after getting a lot more first team football. We've got a bit of a predicament still at left back, because we've got Abdul Baba, who's a bit of a beast. We've got Tyrone Mings, who's like literally my favourite left back on this game at the moment. And then we also have Jonathan Silva, who's a bit of a beast as well. They're all very, very good left backs, but we have to decide to get rid of one of them, unfortunately. Baba, I like Baba from the World Network game. When he's come in, and he's done again very, very well for us. According to our assistant, if we go to the squad now and we go to assistant reports, according to our assistant, we've got 3 left backs. Abdul Baba's the worst. Next is Jonathan Silva, and then obviously Tyrone Mings, as you can see, is our most highest rated. It's between, for me, Baba and Silva, who we decide to sell. The only problem is I don't want to sell Silva while his value's only at that much. I would prefer it when his value's at about 25 mil, because I think we can get about 30 million plus for him, if I'm completely honest, especially come the end of the season. So I'm hoping if we do well in all the competitions, it will increase their value, and that's when we would look to sell him. Abdul Baba, however, it's very slim, sort of similar in value. He's on a little bit more money than Jonathan Silva, I think. Yeah, drastically different amount of money. Jonathan Silva, though, only has 2 years left on his contract, so I might have to offer him a deal sooner rather than later. Abdul Baba's expires in 2022. Also, giving him a new contract does sometimes give the value of the player a kick, and it can increase slightly. So I think we'll have to maybe look at offering Jonathan Silva a new deal sooner rather than later, especially as he's rotating at the moment. If he was playing a lot of first team football or being our most consistent player in the team, he would want a higher contract. So now is actually quite a good time to actually approach him, because I think he'll probably ask for about 40 to 50k. It's going to be over double, because when he signed that deal, it was when he wasn't the best of current potential players at that point, but he did have loads of potential in the future. So now he's starting to hit it. It's probably a better time to get him a new deal. So we'll decide what we want to do there. Ruben Neves won the Young Player of the Month after me shouting about how good he actually is on the last episode. He is actually that good, I wasn't lying. Depay got 2nd and 3rd for Goal of the Month. His Pele got 2nd. In fact, I don't actually know what the goals were like. It'd be probably closer around here. Board confidence, we don't want that. I want to find where the goals of the month are. Here they are. So let's view the goals. I'm interested as much as you are to see what the hell was better than a going away from goal Pele. But the Memphis Depay, what's the bet? The Memphis Depay goal in this one is the one that I was trying to show you a second ago. I should have bloody wrote down. I thought I had, but we're loading the highlights. We'll see what it is. Oh, I think no, it wasn't this goal. But Depay comes inside. This is against Fulham. Depay comes inside, and to be fair, that's a screamer. That deserves to get at least third place. So yeah, I'm not too disappointed. But Depay got the goal, well, the third placed goal in Goal of the Month. This will be the Pele again, which is never a bad thing to watch. What an absolute screamer this is. Running away from goal to get, I know it's a game, but to get that technique to flip backwards whilst running away. Surprising to smash his head on the floor. So we've already seen this. Ruben Neves out to Mings. Mings takes his time, and that's just crazy. Going, and it hits the bloody other side as well. Oh, one of the best I've seen. One of the best I've seen on this. Well, especially this FM. Well, it is the best I've seen on this FM. And it should now generate the match report for the winner. I forget who it said it is. I want to say it was Bamford. It might be McGeady. It's one of these, and they're the only two players that scored. Oh no, it's 2-2. Is it? No, I was going to say 2-2 this game. Right, so it's Baines to McGeady. Comes inside. To be fair, where he puts that, but that is absolutely class. But that is nowhere near as good as the Pele. I'm sorry, but they've got that wrong. Let me know if you disagree in the comment section below as to what you thought was Goal of the Month. But I know what my pick was. That Pele was an absolute screamer. But what else have I got down here? The last thing I've got to mention as well, after the board confidence update, as you can see, the board are very pleased with the overall leadership of the team. We've got very secure job status. And we haven't forgotten about the success of last season. In February, really? Still play a small part of reviewing your current performances. You capture Raheem Sterling, who the fans to believe an extremely good player, has been particularly pleasing. Despite the positives, the fans are disappointed with the Aston Villa's 5-6 Capital One Cup penalty loss against Leeds, and I'm equally as unhappy about that as well. The board would like to make you aware that currently predicted compliance with financial fair play regulations. We are due to make a profit of 184 million. Obviously, we're miles ahead with that. Same with the Champions League. Their buyout fees, however, as you can see, that I'll probably have to have a look at for different transfer clauses. So we'll have a look at that very, very shortly. Well, I'll have a look at that outside of the game. But we'll go into what you guys want to know. A, who the defensive midfielder is, and B, the rest of the business that's been going on in the January transfer window. There hasn't been too much, as I said. There's been quite a decent amount, but not too much. A lot on deadline day, as you can see, but we'll go and we'll start off. Well, there's actually more than I thought. Blimey. We know about Enrique. There's a couple of players obviously returned from loans as well, but Enrique has gone to Santos for 3.5 million. That was a deal that was agreed way back. Mosquito's gone back out on loan to Coritiba. Yassine Benzia, no wages being paid, but they offered 160k per month, which is crazy because Yassine Benzia is actually only on 9k a week with us. So what's that? 36 grand a month. Sorry, that we're paying him. They're paying 160k a month. So we're laughing there. Everton, not the team, the player, has gone to Vasco on loan. Facundo Cardozo to River Plate on loan. Leandro Paredes has gone to Lyon on loan, not the French one. David Rodriguez has gone to Inter Bacchi. Steve Papulias has gone to Kasim Pasa. Thomas Martinez to Patronato, which is a team that I managed in my Pentagon challenge that I did on the last FM. But unfortunately it was the last team I managed because I actually decided to start this channel. That was the main reason why. We stopped that and I did a Man United save. Adrian Rabiot has gone to Southampton. Piscopo to Stevenage. Palmer to Belenense. David Boninto to St Etienne. Montari to Launicus. Janice Jepson has gone to Cologne or FC Cologne. Ashley Morris to Colorado. Adrian Lopez to Deportivo Quito. Luke Baines to Columbus. Jordan Ferry to FC Nantes. Will Keane to Huddersfield. Then Kolosziak has gone to West Brom permanently for 1.2 million. Like I said, I did want to try and make a little bit of money in this window, and we did. And we couldn't get a loan deal for him anywhere, so we did sign him on a free. No, I don't think we did. I think we broke even on this one. No, we did sign him on a free, and we sold him for 1.2 million. Only with us for about 6 months, and he's already gone. Nenad Krstičić has gone to Hull for 5 million. Another one that we couldn't loan out, unfortunately. His value is a little bit higher than that now, which is fair enough. He's on 19 grand a week there, but we couldn't loan him out. He was on a little bit of wages, so I thought if we can sell him for 4 million or above, because his value when we had him was 2.5. If we can sell him for 4 million or above, I'll be happy. But look, Thiago did come back. I did mention in the previous episode that I wanted sort of 24 or 20 to 25 million or above. We managed to get 27 million up front for Thiago to Zenit. His value hasn't even increased that much, which is a strange one. It was 15.25 million, I think we had when we sold him. Sold him for 27 million. And yeah, he's actually left the club now. What is his wages on, just out of curiosity? 110 grand a week. He was on 62 grand a week for us. So we've saved money on his wages and we've made 27 million. Jonathan Isambar has gone to Fleetwood on loan, Michael Montgomery to Bury on loan, Neil Carlin to Forest Green Rovers on loan, Bob Williams to Inter Baccy, and Paul Rowland to Cambridge. Just so you know, all loans are 100% paid for. They pay for all their fees, otherwise I don't loan them out. Some of them though are youngsters like Luke Baines and Papulias, who go to some of our feeder clubs that I just get them some first team football, or that I just basically can't get any business for them anywhere else. But yeah, that is a great deal for Thiago. In fact, you can actually see it there. Look, Thiago signed on a free transfer from Bayern, and we sold him for 27 million. 6 months later-ish, something like that. But yeah, great bit of business from us. But we'll go to the incomings, and there's been a few, but they were all pretty much in the last episode. There's actually been one player that has joined. One player, and this is the defensive midfielder that I decided I want to go for. It was between him and Emre Can from Liverpool, and I went for Gerhardt in the end, just because I don't often listen to this, just because of my assistant managers and my scout reports of him. He's a world-class player, this guy. Same sort of level as Oliver, apparently better than Lucas Romero already, so he should come straight into the team alongside Lucas Romero, with Ruben Neves and Gaston Gil Romero being the backup to the two. We haven't unfortunately been able to but to loan out. In fact, Lewis Cook is now wanted. He's wanted by City, so if they cough up a lot of money, he can have him. Gaston Gil Romero is back from injury though, but Christopher Ayer we could not loan out, unfortunately, so hopefully we can loan him out sooner rather than later. But he is our fifth choice essentially. Well, fifth choice, we've got Romero, Ayer, Neves, Gil Romero, Lewis Cook. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then Gerhardt, which is 6. So I only really want tops of 5. I'd rather 4, but if an injury hits like Gil Romero's, it does mean that we do need someone to come in to help with the rotation and keep the other players fit. But Lewis Cook, I'm not a massive fan of. He's still not hit his potential, but if we can get his value up towards the end of the season and a big club coming for him and they want to cough up some money, I will quite happily let him go. Christopher Ayer, it was always going to, just smack my microphone, apologies, was always going to be a money maker, although he does look to be a really good player. He's only 19 years old. His value is already 7.75 million. He's not really playing for us too much. So yeah, we'll see. We'll decide what we want to do with him in the future. He has got really good potential as well, so maybe we should start to actually review players like Gaston Gil Romero's position rather than Ayers. I mean, wanted by a club, I'm guessing his value is going to be higher than Ayers is at the end of the season. Let me know what you guys think, but we'll do a quick review of the team now that we've done the business that we want to do, and I'll give you a sort of an idea as to how I want to improve it. Goalkeepers I'm very happy about. Timo Horn is my first choice. Simon Scuffet is the second choice. Both very, very, very good goalkeepers. Unless someone comes in with a bid of 30 million plus for either of them, neither of them are going anywhere. Carl Jenkinson and Corchia are our choices at right back, as my keyboard reconnects. So these two are my choices at right back. Jenkinson, he doesn't cut it for me, unfortunately, but I do want an English right back. So let me know who you guys think I should sign as an English right back. It'll be at the end of the season now, so we've got time to do some scouting and get some scouting reports done. But Corchia is always going to be our first choice. He's a world-class right back on the game for us. So yeah, that is a predicament we've got there. We will be definitely selling Carl Jenkinson at the end of the season, but I want someone English, or homegrown at least. Left back, we still have the issue. Tyrone Mings is our first choice. He is our best left back. He is an absolute beast. I literally haven't loved a left back as much as I love him right now on this game. Jonathan Silva and Abdul Baba are the two guys that we're looking at. One of them has to go. Jonathan Silva has a lesser deal. I am going to look to offer him a new deal sooner rather than later. Abdul Baba is a beast. Baba seems to perform better, but Jonathan Silva gets a better report. Abdul Baba is on more wages, but we will offer Jonathan Silva a new deal very, very soon, just because he's not getting as much first-team football at the moment as possible, as much as he probably likes. So he'll probably want a lower deal, which is a good time to offer him one. Abdul Baba is on 50 grand a week, however, but his deal expires 2 years later than Jonathan Silva's. Jonathan Silva's expires in 2020. Abdul Baba's, as you saw, in 2022. So Tyrone Mings is definitely going to stay with the club. He's going to be our sort of future, our left back for a few years to come, our number one choice at least. Jonathan Silva and Abdul Baba are the predicament that we have. One of these have to go. Should I listen to the report? They're both 23 years old. Abdul Baba's on more wages, but it gets a lesser report, but his contract is longer. Jonathan Silva, we're going to have to offer a new deal, so his wages will probably be around that mark that Abdul Baba's contract is. So, bit of a predicament. So let me know what you guys think. The choices at centre back we have are Balanta, Mamana, Doria, and Kolka. Mamana, he is going to go. I'll probably loan him out and wait for his value to continue to increase. See if he can hit that potential that people have been saying about, or according to the game he has such high amount of. So yeah, but he's not going to be good enough. I have to admit, he's our fourth choice at the moment. He's only 2-star current potential, current ability, 2.5, 3-star potential. Doria, probably my favourite centre back out of the four. His value continues to increase, but he's not actually. He gets good ratings, but I think I'd have him as my fourth choice. So the centre back that we bring in, I want to be better than Doria. But yeah, so the one that comes in will be third choice essentially. The other two are our main starters, which are Kolka and Balanta. Balanta is he's our best player. Him and Depay are our best players in the team according to my assistant manager. So Mamana's probably going to go along with Jenkinson, then one of the left backs as well. We've then got Lucas Romero, with the centre midfield issue that I've already explained. We have Lucas Romero and Gerhardt as our first choice centre midfielders. / ball winning midfielders. We then have Ruben Neves and Gaston Guerrero as backup, which means we've got Lewis Cook and Christoph Ayer as like our rotation. One of these will if we're going, they're basically one of them has to stay, one of them has to go, but we might loan out both. That's probably what I should mention. So yeah, Lewis Cook, Ayer. If Lewis Cook's value continues to increase, I'll probably try and sell him for a decent amount at the end of the season. Christopher Ayer will probably loan out and see if we can get his value up, and then see what we decide to do with him either in January or the end of the season next season. What else have we got? Oliver is our first choice number 10, with Adnan Januzaj as our second choice number 10 in that sort of central attacking midfield role. On the right hand side we have got Lacazette as an inside forward. Unfortunately he is starting to decline now. He is 26 years old. You wouldn't have thought he's declining, but with the rotation of Sterling, we did actually sign Lacazette for only 15.75 million, and his value is now 23.5. He's been moaning quite a bit about joining different clubs. I think if a foreign club come in for him that was like 30 plus million, that's when I would decide to let him go, but I'm not going to offer him out until then. Raheem Sterling is now our first choice right-sided player. On the left we've got obviously Memphis Depay, who's not going anywhere anytime soon. We then have Julian Brandt as backup. So there are the choices on the wings. We then have Lukaku or Harry Kane up front, and then obviously Lacazette can play there as well. Lukaku is our first choice, Harry Kane or Lacazette as our second and third choices. So yeah, there's business to be done. I'd like to maybe try to concentrate on domestic players from England or homegrown, just to keep them numbers up high. That's the reason why I keep my under 18s, or as many as my under 18s that I really do rate at the club until they hit a certain age. But yeah, there's lots to be done come this window. Don't forget we're moving to the new stadium in May as well. But yeah, things are tight. I don't think have I shown you the Premier League? I don't think I've shown you the Premier League. Oh, I have. Sorry, yeah, 3 points. Yeah, so let me know what you guys think. Some of the targets. So we're looking for an English right back. We're looking for a third choice centre back. So ideally someone that's young with bags of potential. We've got to decide whether we sell Baba or Jonathan Silva. Do we sell? Well, obviously Lewis Cook and Ayer will be going out on loan. Do you think Gerhardt was a good signing? I'm really pleased with that signing. I've never had him on a Football Manager game before, so I'm interested to see how he gets on. But he's a world-class player, and he's actually the best scouted report of a defensive/central midfielder that I actually got. So I'm quite pleased. Let me know what you guys think. But remember to leave a like if you have enjoyed the episode. Remember to subscribe to the channel if you're enjoying the content and you want to see more. Don't forget about the York City series. That's still running. The goal of this one is to reach Champions League and to win the Champions League. As soon as we do that, the York City series will become the main channel series. The series on the main channel. But thank you very much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys on Friday for episode, which will be episode number 40. It's mad. Anyway, peace.